name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Look at Happy Cat over there. You happy, Cat? Are you happy? Yes, you are. All right, so it's probably wondering what the heck is that name and that title, man. I thought the Phantom was the final. It is a final. It is a final. We are not making any more screen paints. I told you other things, projects I'm working on. So as for customer base wise, no, we're done. We don't really have to make another screen paint. That Phantom does everything. Now, like I said, that's why we're keeping the Phoenix intact, because the Phoenix technology basically helps out for customers who may not be able to get the more of the advanced paint. So we have to have something everybody can afford. But you're probably wondering what is in that container. Well, I told you I'm on a bit of a couple of business adventures. I got to do a contract today for a company. And one of the things that come up a lot in these contracts is, okay, look, the products you're going to be selling to us or we give it to us for wholesale, it's going to be the same thing on the website. And what's that to stop from somebody going in and buying that? So you have to have two separate things. You have to have one separate for wholesale, which you'll never see because, like I said, either only way you can get your hands on those particular paints, which we do have, you have to either go through an invoice or you have to go through a password to get access to that particular site section on the website that will give you access to those particular shopping carts. That's what's in that containers for. So basically, when the contracts I'm signing, as I told you before, we can customize any kind of screen paint we want, any color. We can make screens super jet black. We can heighten the levels on them, all kinds of crazy stuff. With that kind of technology, why not do customized for companies? So you'll be seeing a few customizations popping up here and there. And you'll be seeing some other screen paints we'll be making separately for our contracts. Because like I said before, they want something that's separate from the website. They don't want anything to affiliate with the website. They want something completely different. So it has its own identity attached to it. And that's what's in that container. One of the first ones of 7 that will be developed for 6 of the contracts I will be obtaining over the next couple of months. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Painting one in. Ain't that right, Taco? I'll tell you. I love this job. I tell you, I get to design some crazy stuff. That was developed an hour ago. An hour ago. I told you it doesn't take us a moment to make this stuff. So once you understand the whole history and technology behind the originals, which are the old gray screen paints, those, and then the dark technology, and then all the other stuff that goes in with it, I can't explain what it is. The rest of it just kind of clicks. And then basically having your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who gives you all these ideas, boom, there you go. Every time I go down to the shop, you'd be surprised how many ideas will pop in my head. Like, let's make this today, that today. But we do have, this is not going to be available for customers. Sorry, this is going to be strictly for our contracts. But we'll show you exactly some of the cool stuff we're going to be working on for those contracts. Some of the stuff you may not see because it's going to be under NDAs, so it's going to be customized. You'll see some videos come up more private or test 1 or test 2. Won't have any names or information or anything at all. Those are ones we're doing customizations for companies. All right, so let me get my fire stick and projector. I want to do this at 720p. I don't need to do 1080p for this. That's a waste of my time. I'm saying 1080p is not, there's something wrong with it, but for me, it's not needed. We don't have to have it. That's the thing about it. You know, you got people out there, like big companies, and you got the hobbyists out there. They got to have the most expensive projector to do the demonstrations. We don't need that crap. We just got a basic 720p outdated projector. This thing's going to look like craziness when I get done. Craziness! We don't need that stuff. We're good. Oh, man. Gotta tell you something. So, the backyard, landscapers came in, cleaned out the whole backyard. It is beautiful back there because the grass got a little crazy back there. So today, weather's nice, it's breathable weather, no mosquitoes outside. I get to be outside for a while, which means I get to be on 150-inch Phoenix, which we have outside. And for the project, for the 200-inch, building a 200-inch scaffold in the backyard, I've been kind of putting it off. Honestly, I have been because it's a lot of freaking work to build a 200-inch scaffold under your deck. But I got 2 fixed frame screens outside. They've been out there for about a year or so. Haven't had any problems with the frames being bent or damaged. So I figured, why don't I just go out and just buy a 250-inch screen, coat that with the technology, and just mount it to the side of the deck. Done. That's it. I have to buy no wood, no lumber, no cutting, nothing. Now, the thing about it is, if you are doing a fixed frame screen outside, Keep in mind when the wind hits it, it's going to have a little bit of give to it because your screen's not used to being outside. What you want to do is you want to repaint that surface over and over again. The more you paint the surface, the stiffer it gets, or you can put a piece of plywood or something behind the back of it to keep the wind from hitting it so much. But that's a lot easier than me basically going in and literally building a 200-inch frame, sticking it underneath of it, and then taking the entire thing and stapling that to the frame. Oh, no, that's just too much work. That's way too much work. And keep in mind, I still have to coat the surface while it's laying down. I have to coat this surface like twice on a 200-inch screen. That's a pretty big screen to be. No, this would be a lot easier. I could paint the screen while it's still built in the frame and set it up under the deck. So we're going to do a phantom. We're going to do a black phantom at 200 inches. I got to measure everything, make sure we got everything right. Now, also too, a little trick real quick. This is going to be a velvet frame. They're all velvet frames. One of the things, the velvet frames I found it the hard way. I had a screen outside. It was kind of a goldish color and came outside in these black streaks all down the side of the screen. Like, where the freak did this come from? And they found out that water had got into the velvet and it seeped in, it bled like it bleeds into your socks and went right into the, hey, buddy. You good? All right. My cat goes into these little fits. But anyway, so it bled into the screen. So there's a trick to get around that one. All you got to do is just take a paint brush or a paint sprayer, put a little poly into it, spray over top the velvet area, and there it is. It's airtight, sealed, nothing's going to bleed through. I thought we have some issues back there. I swear my cat has some serious issues. My cat literally growls when he takes off and runs. I had to record that one day. I had a friend of mine was over here, and the cat just got him instead of growling, running and growling at the same time. I said, what the freak is wrong with your cat? And I'm like, he's broken, but he's good. All right, so let's start. That's the biggest squirrel we've seen. Ooh, it's a big freaking squirrel. Oh, I got to feed you, fluffy man. But anyway, that's a big freaking squirrel. Is that a cat? Probably one of mine. When I was feeding these jokers, they were big as cats. All right, we got to put some food out there for him too. Wow, he's big. He's coming for food. That's what he's coming for. People, I'll be back. Sorry about that. I forgot to feed these jokers. I'll be back. I'm going to run to my back here real quick. Drop some food back there for him. That's probably what he's looking for. I got one squirrel. You might think I'm crazy. I got one squirrel that basically right around March, when that COVID struck hard, was still hitting hard anyway, but when everybody was locked in, couldn't go anywhere, I had this one squirrel was coming to my house like every single day. First he started coming with like bits and pieces, but here and there, but he was like after a while feeding him, he was coming out, he was faithful. And it's one squirrel has a white patch behind the back of his ear. That's how I know it's him, and that's definitely him. So he always comes out. At all the rest of them, he always comes back faithfully to see if there's food. So I got to put some, I just bought food. So I got to go feed him real quick, and we'll get to this. Squirrel food. Squirrel food. This is what you want to get, people. You want to get the good stuff. The good stuff. Yeah. I had to go online and do some research to find out what I can feed them, what I can't feed them. You know, squirrels like Oreo cookies. Did you know that? I actually researched that. They feed them Oreo cookies. Not a lot, a little bit. You can't have chocolate, but yeah, that Oreo cookies. Snickers. Sneakers. That's him coming to eat. I call these the animals I cannot pet. And that's why my cat is not allowed in the backyard. Because of the squirrel. But the size of him, he would jack my cat up. He's almost the size of my cat. Alright, get him fed real quick. Wish I could take y'all with me, but Wi-Fi in my yard is nightmarish. It's like half and half. It works and sometimes it doesn't work. But we're going to be outside today on the 150 inch. Might as well enjoy that while we can, because like I said, as soon as I get the chance, I'm actually measuring for a 200. If I can get a 250, I'm going to say if I can get a 300 inch. If I can get a 300 inch back there, I'm putting it back there. See how big we can go with this screen. Because I've never had a 300 inch in my yard. Never had it. I've had a 200, never had a 300 inch screen. If I can get a 300 inch back there, that'd be nice. Real nice. And I know exactly how to do the back to keep the wind from hitting it too much. So I may also have more sales coming in because the people who came out did my backyard. 2 of them were landscapers that came out. The other 2 were somebody else. They saw the screen in the backyard, came out, so I asked all these questions. Why is it black? This, that, and the other, so on and so. Showed them the YouTube videos. So I might have a partnership with people who do custom designs for people's backyards and stuff involving my home theater technology, which should be cool. All right, so let me feed these guys real quick. I'll be back. I'm going to paint this screen up real quick, and it'll be good to go. And then I'm going to be off for a while because I have to paint all these today. Got the paint sprayer ready. Got a spot up there ready to go. And I got to get all that painted up for today. So I got 10 of those to go through. And actually got more. I forgot I got a couple orders last night, so I get knocked out. So yeah, let me get this guy taken care of first. I might get a chance to check out this backyard and see what they did. Give me a minute. I bet you $100 when I leave out of here. It'd be weird. Woo! Oh, I thought there was something like a spider on my shoulder. I swear it was a screw in my hat. Yeah, this is what you want when you put a hat on. You want a large screw in there. God is good. I could have punctured my skull, but he's good. All right, let me back a little. Shit, I forgot the food. Hey, I had 2 black squirrels in my backyard. I should have kept it up. I slacked off on basically feeding them. I was feeding them every single day. I had a huge, massive amount of animals back there. Man, that squirrel even had a few red-tailed hawks popped into the yard a few times. Didn't kill anything. Just came in, ate, and left. It was pretty cool. I gotta get that back again. Taco stand a couple, please. If that's even possible. Crazy kitty. Crazy. 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 Wow. That's the most best cut down job I've seen in my entire life. I can actually see through my gate now. I want to put up a privacy mesh for that one. That's definitely going to be done. Order one of those today. One of those today. Okay, I'm back. Man, I'll show you a pre-record in the backyard. He did a fantastic, Mr. Squirrel, did a fantastic job in the backyard. So I'm going to have to get a mesh, whatever I need. Something, because I can see right through the golf course. I'm pretty sure they can see me. So but anyway, the mosquitoes are going to be cut down. That's good. That's fantastic. I'm going to be outside today. Definitely going to be outside today. And the weather's good too. I'm ready to get it in now. Have some fun with that screen. Okay, so let's get this started. Let's get back in here. Okay. Projector and all that's cool. That's all hooked up far, but in here. All right, so what we're showing up today is our screen paint lineup for our contracts. Those of you who have contracts through our company, This is going to be a separate product line. We'll have a separate shopping cart for you to get access to these items. Also, to keep in mind, there's going to be some new policies added to the contracts involving passwords, which means that there is going to be a serious penalty if one of the passwords get out. Someone gets access to the site, will know exactly who got access to the site by their emails. Any new emails come up that basically are unrecognizable, that hit that account, will come with a heavy penalty. I do not play when it comes to contracts at all. What I mean by heavy penalties, I'll fine someone 50 grand just for basically leaking a password. So I don't play around with contracts. So if you're interested in obtaining a contract through us, just be warned, please read through it first, because I don't tolerate that. Even with beta testers, we had a beta tester one time who basically gave out products for items to a company, and he got sued for 50 grand because it's in your contract. You signed your name to it, you agreed to it, the terms and conditions within that contract. You violate it, we can prove you violated, we take it to court. There's no point getting a lawyer, you won't win it. We had someone do it and they got hit with a $50,000 lawsuit because they were trading items in for the screen paint, which you're not supposed to do within that contract. So we had people thought they could get beta tester contracts through us, and they were doing good. Videos on it, stuff. The guy, Zone 708, he was one of our Monte was another one. But as I said before, they mess up. Keep in mind, just because we joke and laugh and have fun on the phone, when I go in the courtroom, I'm a different, complete person. This is business. It's not personal. This is business at the end of the day. If this was a family member that did this, same rules would apply. This is business. I tell people, if you want to start a family business, that's the hardest thing to do. I don't know how people do it. You got all that emotional, they got to put that out the window. That's going, you can't do that. This is business. You got to be to separate the two at the end of the day. If they can't, then heck, well, that's how it goes, But that's how it is. Like, that's the roof. No, that's business, or your business will collapse. You know what I mean? You got to be to separate the two. Keep them emotions someplace else. I had to tell people this story. I fired my brother one time. I fired one of my brothers one time over in a contract. Something he didn't do right. Something didn't do right in the contract. I requested several times. Something didn't go right, and I terminated him. And it's business. We still cool. So that's my brother right there. He's a businessman too, just like me. It's business at the end of the day. That's what it is. Coming out to it. Of course, he was ticked off. Yeah, that's a human emotion right there, to be ticked off and angry. Not want to speak to somebody, but at the end of the day, it's business. That's what I said. So just because we're buddy and we joke and laugh and do so, at the end of the day, it's business. If you don't do what has to be done, you violate that contract, I'll take it to court and I'll sue you, and your contract will be terminated. It's business. It's all about respect. All right, so let's get this started. Yay! Bam. Yeah. People think, we're going to get I had somebody think they're going to get the contract and be able to utilize their products any way they want. No, you don't want to do that. Trust me. You don't want to do that. Just do what you're supposed to do, and that's the end of the story. All right, let's get this started. So, this is going to be the new product line that we're going to have for our contract distributors. Let's get this going. Now, some people, I have to do this because some people are literally colorblind. What color is that? That's actually gray. That's not black. This is black. This is gray. So this is what we're working on. I only need a little bit. This last time I did this, I actually went overboard and I had too much on the screen, and it was a pain in the neck to stop up all that paint. So, developing gunmetal technology to be so dark that it literally looks black, but it's actually gray. That's gray. That's black. The screen you just saw me pour out there looks black, but no. It has shifting technology embedded into it. But if you look at it, you have to know how to make gunmetal. Gunmetal is tricky to make. You have to make it so dark that it's near black, but it's not black. The gunmetal has a special look to it. Some people call something gunmetal. Gray paint is not gunmetal. Can't come close to it. It's too pale. It's too bland. It doesn't connect with gunmetal. Gunmetal literally looks so dark that it looks like it's black, but it's not. That's the interesting thing about gunmetal. Gunmetal is interesting. Interesting. Gunmetal is a different form. It's interesting. Can't call it gunmetal. It's not. I need something here, like a speaker or something, that I can lean over for this one, for you guys. Now I'm going to be showing some of the things we're going to be designing for companies, which you're going to see some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be going back and working on that liquid screen, because I'm going to work with that. It's something, I got to incorporate that into something. See how dark that's of it? That's a very dark. That's we're going to be specializing in this stuff. And that's why we made the Digital One Crystal screen paint yesterday, because we need that to use as an example screen, because that's our stuff. Also, too, something that we will make available for customers, but like I said, it's still considered to be one of the finals. It's nothing new. Every screen paint we develop has invisible technology attached to it, every last one of them. This is an invisible version of it, and then there's the one you're seeing now. Phantom has an invisible screen. It's super jet black. It's like, imagine a transparent OLED screen. There you go. That's what it is. So this stuff is going to be used for probably home installments. You know what I mean? Like whoever is going to be getting, some people getting kind of contracts that do home installments. They come to your home, they install the screen in. You got some people going to be doing their own customized screens, buying white screens, recoding them with the technology, and using them that way, and sell them that way. So they got several ways how they're going to be using it. So, you know. So it's very easy to apply. Not a lot of push got to go into it. Everything we're designing now has really good coverage, because we don't want them to have to worry about wasting too much paint covered surface. Now, as you see, that's a Phantom. This is the other stuff. It's actually kind of a dark gray. Some people find it relaxing. Literally, some of the relaxation shows I like to watch, like them AMSRs, are painting. I like to watch when some people are painting stuff. Bob Ross is amazing. Bob Ross has a soothing voice. So if you had a stressful day, Bob Ross has a very soothing voice. Can you imagine with the inside? I don't know what the inside of Bob Ross house would look like. Probably beautiful. Probably all kinds of paintings, and man, can you imagine we turned the ceiling to beautiful skies? Couldn't imagine how beautiful that place has got to be. If I had that kind of skill, I'd have my whole house painted, a one big huge mural. Have trees and blue skies everywhere. Especially with the neon technology we have today, boy, you could light all that up pretty nice. All right, we're done. That's it. That's all that's needed. That quick, that fast, done. Now we got a product line of 7 of these. They're already done. Recipes are all written down in the book. This is the first one. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I took the speaker out for you guys. Say one thing. That gunmetal is really darker than the one we got upstairs on the wall. That's really, really dark, isn't it? That's actually gray. That's crazy dark. Now, how you'll tell that one's not black, like I said, if you take black paint, you stick it next to it, you'll see the difference. You'll definitely see which one's which. That thing's really dark. Woo, it looks nice. Phantoms have, when we developed the Phantoms had 5 screen paints underneath it. One was gold, one was that one we had the question mark, that weird looking kind of burgundy, strange looking screen. It was for 3D special effects. They have a gunmetal under Phantom, but there's no point. That black screen literally covers everything. It has insane contrast capabilities, insane white level capabilities, and the screen's colors are freaking insane. Unbelievable. You thought the gamers were crazy, man. The black had that ultra black combined to be able to pop those colors and produce that white level at the same time. Yeah, there was nothing else to make after that. Virtually nothing, no need to make anything after that. But this right here is being developed for companies. So they want something different. They don't want something where somebody can go to the website and go, okay, if I want to go to buy a, say we got a paint called just a Cinema Lucky Charms, okay, just up the top of my head, something weird, okay? And we have Cinema Lucky Charms all over the page, blah, 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 blah. And they come to somebody's house and they look, we're going to paint this Cinema Lucky Charms into your wall or so and so. And so they said, well, why would I pay you for the charge or so blah, 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 when I can just go to the website and buy it myself? There you go. You have to have something that they can't get off the site. And that's what they want. And that's what we're developing. So it takes us 1 hour to develop one of these technologies. So we can have this knocked out in no time at all. So that's why I said real quick, sorry about that, keep going back and forth. That's why I said real quick that some people, when they make a product, either they're stuck within that line of products, that's where they're stuck in, called being typecast, like in a movie. We got some people, they make one product and that's all they have. Us, on the other hand, we're different. I told you I can wipe out my entire product line and start all over again. I got booklets and booklets and booklets downstairs with formulas that I can't even make yet because we don't have the time, number one. And number two, I would flood my website. There'd be so much stuff on there you wouldn't even know where to pick from. So we got to space this out. We even got technology we're working on for next year already. Got to do something to keep busy. I like the hologram technology because that stuff is really, really, really hard to work with. Something that's more of a challenge is hard to work with. So I already got I can do 4. I'm not doing 7 of these. No, I'm doing 4. No, I don't want to do 7. That's just too much work for me. In the day. That's why I said it was nice to have that ability to be able to do that. That's why I tell companies, like, at the end of the day, you know, I'll obsolete your entire product line. Just like that, start a new one real quick, and your stuff will be worth nothing. So play nice at the end of the day. You know, you don't need to cheat people and try to get over and get greedy. People do get greedy. They get real greedy. They don't believe that when I come in and tell them that we can obsolete everything and start all over again. Phantom has a line, has a line of products. There's a silver version of Phantom. There is an invisible version of Phantom. There's a gunmetal version of Phantom. There's multiple different kinds of Phantoms that we can make. So if I decided I wanted to wipe out all of the Phoenix, I could wipe them all out and start all over again with Phantom technology. And then there's technology over Phantom right now that we're working on for screens. I've decided I want to wipe that out. I can start all over again too. But like I said, my customers are getting tired of coming every time I say we've got a new screen paint. I just bought that one. We got new screen paint. We bought that one. That's why we're not doing any more. That's the end of it. The Phantom is the last and the only, and that is it. These are being developed strictly for companies only. And then you'll see some customized. We're doing some customized. Now, customizers are a little different. I like doing customizers. Customizers where a company comes in and say, hey, look, we'll give you such and such and so to buy the product, which means that's going to involve us making the product, go down and get a patent pending that'll be attached to it because you have to buy up the patent pending, which means it's ours, showing that it's ours, it's our product, blah, 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 because that's a patent pending attached to it. As long as there's no logos, none of that stuff, we shouldn't have anything attached to it. We don't have to do any copyrights or what do they call it, trademarks and all that nonsense. We have to go through that. Just a basic patent pending. Patent pending is good. They're like $600-700, not a lot of money. It's a little bit more if you get an attorney to do it. If you want to do it yourself, hey, take that personal. If you're good with paperwork and you can do it yourself. You can go do the paperwork yourself. But I'd get an attorney to do it because half the stuff I don't even understand what they're saying or talking about, so I let the attorney do it. So you get a patent pending. A patent pending will last you for a year. That gives you enough time to figure out exactly whether or not you really want to put the money into a provisional patent, which is going to cost you a buttload of money. But that lets you know whether or not if it's worth your time. So it gives you a year to sell the product. And after a year, you get done selling the product. If it's worth it and made enough money and such and so and so, then you spend the money for the provisional patent. But then you keep in mind, there's going to be maintenance fees and all that stuff. It's just something, another term they have for basically annual fees and stuff like that you'll still be paying on at the end of the day. But either way, the provisional patent, which is good because at least you don't have to spend $60, $70, up to $100,000 for the other real patent. You can get a provisional patent for 1 year, which is good. And that way they have it for 1 year and they can decide within that time of that 1 year of buying that particular ingredients from you, whether or not they want to go full on with it and just basically make it the permanent, or basically they want to let it go. But at the end of the day, they bought it. So that's what you do. So if you do something like that, keep in mind, when you make these products, they're going to have to be tested. Can't say it enough. No cutting corners, none of that crap. You're dealing with corporations. They do not play around. They'll bring you down to that facility. They will fly you out there and they will test that screen under every freaking thing you could possibly think of. And it had better pass. So that's why our tests are like this. We have these rigorous, strict tests that we have that if you can't pass one of ours, you definitely not passing one of those at the end of the day. So I did this one thing. I went down to California. They flew us out there. To California to test this and technology we're developing, and they were using these big boy projectors. In my demonstrations at the time, I was using like 200 lumen 720p projectors. That's what I was using. That's why I use low grade projectors. Because at the end of the day, I know if you hit that thing with a 4K or high end projector, it's going to blow up. Oh yeah, that's why we put our screens on these crazy testing. Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out, take it outside if you want. There you go, enjoy. But yeah, so we'll run it through their testing. And if it passes through their testing and what they like and whatever requirements you're going to use it for, then they'll come over to you and they'll give you a contract. And then you'll have show your paperwork showing you have a provisional patent on your product, and they will offer to, mind you'll make all that beginning when you get down there after you sign the NDA, because you sign the NDA, non-disclosure agreement, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, you'll make that decision when you get down there. I made the decision from the door. If we're basically talking about me coming and flying all the way down there, there's two options. I'm not doing a distributorship contract because that's not going to happen. Because at the end of the day, consider the fact that distributorship contracts can get pretty crazy. Now, if you're dealing with a small company, somebody small, basically, that's good. That's something you can build with. They can build it together. If you're starting with a big company and they go in and say, hey, look, we want 100 gallons, or we want 300 gallons or 500 gallons, how in the world are you going to make that if you don't have the equipment and manpower to do so? And that's where it gets expensive. Yeah, that's where it gets really expensive. So keep it at a, then they're going to offer, well, here's the thing. If you give us permission to make it, we can make it for you on our, don't do that. Don't do that. Nope. So know what's in your product. Now, if you do it that way, but the other way, the best way to do it is to sell it. If they want it bad enough and you guys want to make it on that scale, you can buy it from me. And then that way, I don't have to make it. I don't have to mass produce it. You guys can do all that yourself because you own the rights to it. You just give me a massive chunk of change in my banking account and we're happy. That's how I do it. So I learned that the hard way. I did that one time. I basically took a contract on with a big company and they asked for massive amounts of gallons and it was a nightmare. I had to basically run out of space. I had to hire people. Yeah. Now this being COVID, whew, man, good luck with that one. There you go. Why is this like this? Okay, so work right here, right? Yeah, it should work right there. Yeah, good luck with that one, man. But now, I just do it. They buy it. Can't tell you what the chunk of change is. I did one of them. And I didn't ask for much. I got $100,000. I'm just gonna say that I got $100,000 for a quart of the technology. They're buying the rights to it to have it. But now, what I know now, get a lot more than that. Hold on for a minute. Especially if you can prove that basically can beat a $5,000 projection screen. You got demonstration of this thing out there being submerged in water, frozen, huge caliber, small, low-end projectors. You showed beating out 5,000 expensive high-end projection screens. Oh, that price jumps real fast, real quick. Because it shows at the end of the day, say if a company out there, big company, all they have is white screens. So we got this technology over here, which we do, that can pretty much beat 18 certified screens, no problem. And we can back it up. You know how much that technology is worth now? Because now this company that makes only white screens can coat their technology. This used to be a white screen, mind, can coat their technology with this stuff, and they now have a screen that's more advanced than a $5,000 projection screen. Price goes up by a lot after that. Now you see, now it's turning gray. There we go. See? When painted it was black, didn't it? It's black. It's black. No, it's gray. All right, we got all this stuff hooked up. Everything's here. What's the power cord for this? Yeah. But like I said, at the end of the day, people got to understand, my intentions and what I do for my company is not toward the hobby boys. That's what I'm going to start calling the hobby boys. The hobby boys, not toward y'all. My goal is toward big companies. I don't see a challenge with y'all. I don't. I really don't. I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but I don't. Y'all don't do demonstrations on my levels. You don't. Show me some demonstrations on 180s, 150, 160-inch screens. Show me anything like that. You don't do anything like that. The technology I developed is not the same as yours. That's why we put challenges out there so we can recorrect them. Just like, no, you're not in our line of how we design, how we do things. You don't. Basic stuff I do on an everyday basis would be challenged to y'all. I did a demonstration yesterday. I showed my screen up there, the invisible light was pushing through the back of it, and I hit it at 190-degree viewing angle, sharp, without ever washing out and fading out. Y'all don't do stuff like that. So when I'm doing these demonstrations, it's not for y'all. It's for the companies, the big companies. That's where my site is set at, those big companies. I'm not concerned about y'all. There's nothing that y'all do, anything that concerns me. I have made y'all products before. I can come on here and I can make y'all products with no problem whatsoever. And it's not just bragging, I can back it up. So it's me, my sites are toward the Black Diamonds, toward the Elite Screens, Seymour AV, the big companies. That's what my sites are for. My product wouldn't be worth anything if I went on there and I said, hey, look, this is my product against a basic screen paint. Yeah, this is my product against a $5,000 projection screen. Yeah, it's too much clothes, more weight. Yeah, not to be rude or anything, but that's what it comes down to. I had people ridiculing me, oh, but you got to have a 1080p. You don't have to have a 1080p projector. That's what I did that demonstration with the 1080p next to 4K. Tell me which one it is. They couldn't even tell me. It's 720p. I got a video. I posted about 720p versus 4K. Show me which one it is. They couldn't even tell. You don't need that. That's all freaking protocol telling you have to have. You have to buy this. You have to buy this. You have to buy this. Have to be in ambient controlled environments. Yeah, some of you do have to work with ultra short though. You got no choice with that. Especially when you get to that what do you call it? Narrow viewing cone, or whatever it's called. You have to go through. So let me see what we got going on with this right here. We're blurred like I don't know what. I do know that. Bing, bing, burn, burn, burn. And we're still wet. Screen's still wet. Focus up a little bit. But yeah, my intention is not toward y'all. It's not. It really isn't. At the end of the day, I couldn't care less. I know that y'all. Y'all need me as a springboard. I know that. That people need me as a springboard. They need me to jump off of me in order to show people like, look, no, trust me, you don't want to do that. So you'll embarrass yourself. At the end of the day, I will make your products. I'll have them down here, and they'll be done. And y'all show that you will cancel out when it comes to me. Either you ignore me or you'll cancel out. It'll be one or the other. Let me see what we got to do here, people. I'm trying to get the zoom to go in. We need the zoom to come here to adjust. Let me see. There we go. Let's go up one on the... Oh, come on. I just said simple and plain, folks. No, I said zoom. My bad. There we go. This one. Way out. We had 1610. This was out like 1610. The way it's sitting at the bottom, it looks like 1610. We don't need that. Let me see. Oh, we can't do aspect ratio until we get a signal. All right, let's get a signal real quick. Are we in advanced settings? Easy menu. Yeah, that's what it probably might be. We're getting HMI 2 hooked up. HMI 1. There we go. All right, let's go over to, oh, I love how it says detector. It's right there. Whatever. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's all good. Let me see. Where's the, oh, we're just not with us. Okay, A in my face. This is good. Okay. Yeah, my intentions are toward companies. That's what it is. That's why I got the sample sheets down there, because I have to be to show that there's a difference between my technology and the name brand screens out there on the market. That's why I'm always hunting for the companies to see what's the best of the best that they have to offer. Well, this is going to be looking real nice already. I'm looking at it already. It's going to blow some. This is going to be easy. I guess I was looking at Dexter. I never watched Dexter before. Let's see. And God's amazing. Got this in an hour downstairs. This would be this might be one of the darkest screens we've got so far now. That's why I use 720p's. No point using the 4K. You're just doing too much. When you got to start your demonstrations off with a 4K projector, you're just doing too much. What's the point? The whole object is to save the company money. So if the company can get an excellent picture off a 720p projector, that means they have to spend less for their projectors. See? They don't have to worry about spending tons of money, because keep in mind, when you get like that 50,000 to 1 over contrast ratio, you're paying for all of that. You're paying for everything that's in that projector. If I can save, a company can come and go, okay, I can buy 5 of those projectors. It's going to cost me $270 a piece for each one of those. You know how much money you save at the end of the day? And there's no calibrating. You have to worry about the light in the environment. All that plays a part. You can it's compatible with the ultra short throw, and then you come in and you show them, like, look, we got these tests against certified screens. That's why you show the weight in the screen, how much the screens work. The more certified screens it knocks out, the more expensive, not saying more expensive, more weight the screen has on it. And you see how I painted the screen in. Nothing. Easy. Done. And that stuff can be sprayed on too. You can spray it on the roller on. It's up to you. It's designed to go on smooth, fast, quick, and dry at a rapid time. If you're doing like real estate and you want to put in home theater setups, you can go right through room after room after room and paint these in with no problem whatsoever. Be done. That's it. Because I know some people are basically, what they're doing is they're basically adding in home theater packages into people that are buying homes. Because, real estate market kind of dropped pretty bad with COVID. And it's kind of sweetens the pot. A couple of homes I looked at, I was going to pull the trigger because they had a really nice home theater setup. And I was like, gee whiz, man, I can go on and just paint the screen the color I want. And that's it. But I had everything in there set up. So that's what they're doing now. But imagine you just paint this on the wall. You're done. Put a nice little no frame around it. That's it. Set the projector up and you're done. That's it. Put a couple nice seats in there. Boom, done. Up the value of your up the value of the property you're selling. If you want to do a drive-in movie theater setup, whatever, like I said, very easy to apply. We're going to be this is going to be outside, so this screen's painted. It's a system outside. I got to hang it up on, so we'll have this outside today to play around with. And this is how all our technology reacts this way: quick, fast, get it done. Customer doesn't worry about the expensive projectors, don't have to worry about short throws, don't have to worry about dark environments, none of that. Just get it done so they can enjoy and pop some popcorn. Right now, if I had to pop some popcorn right now, the popcorn would have still been popping before this had already been set up. As I said, at the end of the day, if you got a company, you got all white screens, look at this, that fast. Your technology can be upgraded that fast. Look at them. Just sitting there relaxing. Sometimes I think when my cat's just sitting there watching, looking at me, my cat will sit there and stare at me sometimes. I'm thinking like if I was like 1,000 more pounds, you'd be lunch, buddy. Okay, buddy. Right back at you. So we got quite a lot of paint left over. Quite a lot. Didn't take much to do it. That's the whole purpose too. When we're making this stuff now, the Phantom has that embedded into it. Is the fact that to make a product where it's not gonna have, you have to use a ton of paint. You know, you can get more out of one container. Get a lot out of one container. Okay, let's get something else in here. Wildlife. My screen needs to be a little bit over. Check out the contrast capabilities. Nice, very nice for contrast. Good. So that's why it has the new name. The new name underneath of it is the new product line that we're designing and engineering for companies. So, if you're a company out there, you're interested in the contract, or you have a company with basically have all white projection screens, you want to upgrade the top-notch screens, voila, there you go. And it says we paint anything, motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, whatever you want. You can even paint it on styrofoam, which I need to paint me a styrofoam screen. Now, I'll tell you, when you do styrofoam, do not get the styrofoam that looks like an Egg McMuffin. You want to go with insulation styrofoam only. You get that at Home Depot or Lowe's. It comes in seafoam green and it comes in purple. That's what you want to use. That's a great screen to have. Lightweight, mold resistant, all that good stuff. You can take it outside, spray it down, and you're done. Now we need the screen to fully dry because we have to do a certified screen test from the door. So we're going to do 3 of the expensive screens we have, which will be the daylight screen with the Dark Star 9, BMP Supernova's Infinity. They're like $5,000 screens. So we got 5,000, 5,000, 3,000. We go with the most expensive ones. We need 2 lighter screens. We need a 0.9, which is a white screen, and we need a mid-color screen, which would be the Cinema Grade 5D. I'll get those right now. We can start on that. The first time to do. Real nice. That's not bad. We got a good amount of ultra sure throw sample sheets. We need those badly. So next week we're going to be doing 3 more next week because this does have a product line attached to it for the companies. Perfect. Where's it? Let's go right here. One right there. I need the Dark Star 9. Nice. Ultra short throw. I need that right there. Yep. Perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. Of course, we always thank Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you for the wonderful blessing. Like I said, if it wasn't for him, I would not be able to do this stuff. Mind you, all in 720p. That's the whole purpose. To show you at the end of the day, you don't have to spend all that money. You have to use these high-end projectors and demonstrations, and the projector, you need the projector to do the work. We rely on the screen, not the projector. That's just a knockoff. that's beautiful. I've never seen this. This thing is a blue freaking snail. That can't be real. I gotta look that up. I've never heard of blue snails before. Lock-a-doo-doo. Lock-a-doo-doo. The Dark Star 9. Got everything there except for the Dark Star 9 is missing. Where do I put that at? Dark Star 9. I'm going to make sure we get a fan in here so it makes that screen dry before we put these on. Every time we do a screen paint, it has to be tested against multiple certifieds right for the door. So that way we get an idea of exactly what has to be adjusted or fixed on the screen. I think this one is going to do quite well. I think it's going to be able to take them on with no problem, which we're hoping. That means we have to test the white levels, everything. Everything has to be tested to make sure the white levels are going to be well balanced. We have to put that against white surfaces, stuff like that. Everything has to be tested. We don't skip any of that. All right, let me see. Oh, I want you to have these blue levels over here. Give me that right there. Kayak and I saw something that big, I literally would freak out. But then again, I guess if you do that in a kayak, you're probably used to seeing stuff like that all the time anyway. Ooh. See, that's the crap that freaks me out. Some giant fish sitting on the side. Okay. Skyworth food demonstration. Let's get some white levels in here too.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ah, good. Good. First good sign, good. Anytime we do a dark screen, so any screens we design that are dark, we're using dark technology, we never test white levels against a gray screen. You can't do that. It has to be tested against a white screen. We need to test it against the highest white level we have in-house, and the highest white level would be all white screens. Only time we do them against gray screens is if we're doing something involving certified screens, or we're testing whether which is darker, which is lighter, which pulls a higher color level. That's it. If it comes to a white level, it has to be white surface only. Now we have the 4,000. We're going to be dropping it down to 1,000. That's why we have all the different projectors in the house. We got 28, we got 3,000, we got 1,000 different level projectors. So we switch them back and forth. We have to do the low lumen test at 14 feet certified, and we have to do it at around 22 feet certified with a lux meter in the room, measuring how much light we have per room. Final test for it to pass means it has to be outside at around 13 to 14 feet at 1,000 lumens. Has to pull up all images correctly, different colors, star field, and it's going to have to pull it up at 190-degree viewing angle. That's how we do our test. So keep in mind, if my screens are designed to pull an image up outside at 190-degree viewing angle at 1,000 lumens at 14 feet back, if I get a contract and they send me over and say, hey, look, we're going to use this, mind you, you're not going to use 1,000 lumens. They're probably going to use something like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 lumen projector. I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be a bit of a cakewalk for that screen. That screen is used to being outside at 1,000 lumens. There you go. That's why we do this test like that. Hit that screen with 7,000 lumen projector, because you know this big company, you're going to go with the big best projector they got. Unnecessary, but that's how they think. You're going to hit a screen that's used to being tested on 1,000 lumens at 14 feet back, and even if you hit that screen back at 30 feet, you're at 7,000 lumens. That thing hits that screen, that thing's going to look like a Christmas tree. It's going to boom, it's going to explode, because it's used to being tested on such lower projectors. That's why we do it that way. And then for the customers, that's convenient for them. They have to go overkill on a projector. If you're starting your demonstrations with a high-end projector, man, you're raising the bar too high. And if you don't do your tests correctly, then you run the risk of failing one of the tests, and that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. If you're not used to being in a well-lit environment, you will be when you get over there. Like, is that stadium lights? What the heck? I'll never forget that day. I went down there and did that invisible screen. I didn't celebrate nothing. I just went down there, chilled, quiet, didn't say much. Went in the room. They sprayed my chemical on the screen. And they had one guy in the back. They said he never really approves of anything. He's a really hard stickler. And they came out there, looked at that screen. They went to the side. He was looking at that screen. Was picking up from the side. Just walking around looking at it. And didn't realize their lights were on the entire time when they were looking at the screen. When the guy came out, he said, "Whose stuff is this?" That's his stuff right there. That's his technology right there. Yeah, I've been through all that before. Looking at it, like, yeah, it's really good, really good, really good. So yeah, but the lights are on it. Whoa. Got a contract right there on the spot. Contracts are good because you get a chance to have access to meet other people and see what they're doing. So you're getting information and taking information at the same time. I learned a lot of stuff from a lot of people from getting different contracts and stuff like that. How to do business, how to be able to manage money, stuff like that. I learned all that stuff from just basically just listening, being quiet, and just learning from them. I ain't going there thinking I know it all. Nope. One there as humble as can be. I don't know jack. Teach me everything y'all know. The more I take from y'all, the more advanced I become. This should be dry, right? Let me see. Hello, Dan. Not dry. It's a little damp. I don't know if it'll stick or not. I gotta buy some more frog tape too. I need to get some frog tape desperately. Oh, I wonder what the, ooh, man. Yeah, the colors on it. I wish you guys could see this, man. The colors are like, boom. Beautiful colors. I want this game right here. It reminds me of the game I played, that Onrush. I want this. Oh, it's available now. I'm buying it. I'm buying that. Yeah, I love games like that. The downhill games. Nothing but chaos. No, we can't do that. Can't do that. Here we go. you can get that out of a 720p projector, you're on the right track. That means when I go and talk to companies and say, look, see the projector I'm using in the demonstration? That cost me $270, $260. That's it. I get that image out of that. No calibrating, no setting the factory settings. That's it. At the end of the day, they don't got to spend $4,000 a piece for a projector because they require a higher contrast capability, better color. LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, I can tell already. They're not going to pass it. They're not going to pass it. The black level's really good. I know some people saying, but you got to do side by. No, this is not a black screen. The screen's gray. But that Phantom, that screen's black. You can put that side by side of black paint. You can tell one from the other. We literally have to put this next to a black paint to show you that the screen is gray and not black. But if you look at it, you think it's black, but it's not. It's gray. All right, let's get this done. Pause this here, because I got 10 of those screens to paint. I got 11 of those screens to paint today. It's going to be a crazy day today. Whew, I'm going to order some food, just go over there and watch some TV, blast the screen. It's going to take about a couple. The thing about the stuff that we make, this invisible, the gamer coating we put on there, it takes about seconds. Done. Screen dries on time at all. If it's windy outside, that's an even bigger blessing because that means it dries even faster. So I have them all knocked out with less than an hour, so I'm be good to go. Which I'm happy about that. All right. I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to. No, it's not gonna stick. I'm gonna have to get some. I have to do a motorized projection screen because, like I said, we're doing this for companies. They want to see a motorized projection screen display. What do I have in the house? I have to just buy one. I have to buy a motorized projection screen. We don't have anything in the house, so the rest of our customers. Oh no! We do got one. We got one. We got one. Not even using. Not even using. One that's anywhere. We're not using that one. Not at all. We need to have this stuff done. Can we use this? Well, it's not the right shape I'll use anyway, but I wonder if it would work anyway. Let's see if this is working. Yeah. I forgot about that. I got a gaming motorized projection screen I never use. We can use that for a demo screen. So I don't use it. So we'll use that one instead. We'll coat over that one. We'll turn that instead. We use that for a demo screen. We'll use that for inside. That might use that for inside and out. I know this is a bad idea and this is not going to work, but I have to find out whether it's going to work or not. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. No, we're not going to get lucky on that one. I don't have any tape in the house, literally none. Gotta find out somehow. All right, gotta find something that'll work. Anyway, it does that. As the screen's not fully dry, it's still saturated. That does cause it to happen from time to time. I think the screen's still saturated. We'll never shut the fan to dry the screen. Okay. So probably going to have to put an order for ball tape and have it shipped in today. So we can get that done. I'll just leave the screen up there right now. All right, so this is what I'm going to have to do. I got to order some frog tape. I can get frog tape from Amazon shipped in the same day, so I can get that done. That's not a problem. We're still going to do the test. I have to do the 4-screen test, but this is going outside right away. I want to do the test of 1,000 lumens outside. I'm knocking this thing out fast, quick, out of the way, because that thing's going to pick up no problem. I can automatically see it's going to pick up no problem. I want to see how it compares to the certified screens, but as I said before, We don't have any frog tape. Let me check something real quick. Just a little bit to get this test done, just a little bit. Just out of curiosity. This drives me crazy. I gotta know in my head. Gotta know. All right, cool. I found some fault tape from somewhere. I had to peel it off something. But I gotta know. In the back of my head, this will drive me crazy all day. I gotta find out and see exactly how my screen compares. Well, I don't skip these tests. This stuff will drive me crazy. It'll be in the back of the thing like, what if it doesn't? What if one of the screen's better? I gotta know. So that's the Dark Star 9 we have up there. This one here we have is, I want to butcher the name, people. You already know, you know that from the door. Parallax, whatever the thing it is right there. There we go. This is the most expensive. So this right here is at $5,000, $45,000 to $5,000. That's $3,000 right there. Now, keep in mind, if you're interested in getting a contract for a company for these new lineup of screen paints we're going to have, don't have to be, some people think you have to be a big corporation. No, you don't have to be a big corporation. I know people that basically have customers that have contracts under a company. Yep. They have contracts under a company and they make some money on the side because, like I said, we've never, actually our technology is supposed to be offline, but still, we're not known everywhere. That's virtually impossible. Ooh, look at that. That's quite impressive. That's going to look nice. All right, here we go. We have a great, like Homer Simpson. Here we have a great Cinema Gray 5D because I like to go with different colors. I don't want to put screens up there that are going to match my screen. I want to go from dark to light, back and forth. We don't want anything matching. Oh man, this is going to be a nice one. I can tell already from the door. It's going to be a nice one. It's blending quite well with the other screens. All right, over here we have for our white screen. I like to use this one right here because it has that whopping 0.9 gain. That's why I like this one right here. We test our white levels too. Not right there. They're like Homer Simpson. Ooh, ooh. That right there. Oh, this is gonna come with candy, man. It's gonna be nice. Good thing I wrote down the ingredients, and this is a really complicated one, but I did write down my ingredients. Let's go, man. Already from the door. I'm ready to get this started. Let's get out of here real quick. Let's get into white screen. Now we have to make sure we have a good amount of shades on the screen. I get my charger's about to die. Hold on, my phone's about to die. So we need from light to dark to mid, so we can see exactly how it's going to react. Let me go grab my stuff with charger real quick. I think I left it upstairs. Nope. Down here on the floor, by the oven kitchen door. Okay, let's get this in here. Get the charge in here for you guys. Shakalaka. There we go. So there's where the white levels lay. Oh, that might be a bit close, but not too close. The screen said white levels are way too high, so they might not show up on red too well. So, but I'm looking for a certain tone of white. That's what I'm staring for. People think it's supposed to be the brightest white. No, you don't want the brightest white. You definitely don't want the brightest white because if the white levels come up too high, your contrast and color is going to suffer. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
And that's all she wrote. That's it. That's all I need to see. From there on in, every color is going to fail on these screens right from the door. That's all I need to know. There's a certain tone that I'm looking for when I do the white screen. So that's why I said that people have watched me do these tests over and over, again and again and again. They've watched me do these tests. They say I test our products. So if we're testing this product is not even sold, not even on the market. How is someone going to come in and say, oh, the product comes up this dark? And these are people who never test their products on this level. We're the only ones that do these tests like this. But these are the same individuals who say, oh, their product comes up this way. Yeah, sure. If the product came up this way, it came up in a live demonstration, which we're doing right now. That's why we're doing these tests. If anything's going to go wrong, you're going to see it happen right here live. So that's why, for some reason, when they get it, it pops up in India. We already know how those tricks are done anyway. All right, so this lets me know automatically from the door because there's a certain tone of a white level that I have to see in the screen. I couldn't explain it to you. It's something that basically, like when you have somebody who is a taste tester, they know a certain taste to look for when it comes to the best ice cream in the world. That's how my eyes are functioning. When I see white levels, there's something there that I have to see. If that screen produces something in between there, then there's going to be issues. For instance, cancel, blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, doesn't make a difference. Just because people say, I had one when I was doing an open mic one time, someone was saying, well, just because it's red doesn't mean the rest of the colors are going to react the same way. I said, yeah, they're all going to react the same way. Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
See, I've done this too many times. I've done this so many times, it's not even funny. I've literally done this too many times. I've done it so many times that even when I see the color green, I see little patches of light colors on it. Like I'm actually going through a test. I've done these tests so many times. I have any idea how many screen paints I've developed down through my time. I've done these over and over again and again and again. It's not on board or anything, but I'm just saying I'm used to seeing it. Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
So now this technology is already proved, not even at 10% done, not even at 5% done. That's the fantastic thing about the Phantom. The Phantom went through 18 of these screens at only 10% done. 18. It wiped out every screen in the kitchen drawer. It wiped out every certified screen. It wiped everything out. Got to the point we had to go hunt screens down for that thing. That's how amazing Phantoms are. Phantoms are crazy. So right now, one of the guys who actually signed a contract with them has a Phantom. He was so amazed by it, he wanted a contract. Oh, we got some levels here. I'm going to go through first, but I see the white levels coming up. I'm going to do those and do all this. All right, so let's go over here and let's get this purple first. There we go. Purple, purple, purple. Let's go. We got all these already. I want to check out these white levels down here at the bottom. Let's get a white sheet of paper in there too. Let's put the white paper in there. Let's get a white sheet of paper and let's put this here. A white sheet of paper there. And we have a white sheet of paper right here. All right. So we can have a little bit of each one there. Okay, that'll be perfect. So we got a lot of white in there. So let's go over and let's go to those white levels and see what we get. Let's go to the snowstorm first. Some snow. There we go. Now you'll see some other demonstrations we're going to be doing strictly all white screens. Any dark technology we develop, and like I said, if anybody wants to question that, I'll give you a link to anything you want. One of the things you have to do when you're developing darker technology, you have to be able to produce it on white levels only next to a white surface. Now we got the other ones here and here because we're doing a test with see how they compare to the high-end screens. But when you see us do the white level test, you will see us bring out nothing but white surfaces only. We have to see how the white levels lay, where they lay at on the screen. The same thing with contrast levels. The screen's not literally jet black. It's like a dark, dark gray, almost near black. But we still have to see where those contrast levels are going to have to lay. All that has to be done in fully lit environments. If we do this in the dark, we cheat the customer, we cheat ourselves, because then we don't even know where the contrast levels lay if we're in the dark. Screens appear better in the dark because there's less ambient light to disrupt the screen. Where the light's on, you're going to have more ambient light that's going to have contact and it's going to disrupt the screen. That's why it's important to do contrast levels with lights on, because like I said, in the dark, the screen comes up a whole lot different. Oh, we got orange over here. Let's knock this out too. We got a commercial. Whoa, this is available today. I'm gonna run somebody with a bike.
Such tremendous
So now from this demonstration, we have, like I said, we're going to test the rest of the screens in the kitchen drawer. That's definitely going to happen. But to start off with, we start off with these first. So these are the most expensive screens we have. So keep in mind, like I said, a company which just sells all white screens can come in here, coat this technology to their screen, and now they got a screen that's actually worth more than $5,000 because it can show they can take on a $5,000 projection screen easily, as you're seeing right now, with a 720p projector. I've had conversations with companies. I've had conversations with companies when I talked about projectors. They said, "Well, you want to go with this particular model projector because it has so much contrast ratio, and this is going to improve your contrast capability to give you a better image." So, if I didn't have this particular projector and I had this particular projector, is that going to give me the same as this one? Oh no, only this one's going to give you that one because this particular projector has a higher contrast ratio, and you're going to be able to pick up much more darker and deeper blacks. So you got to spend money for that. You got to spend that extra money just to get that black level, where this technology does not require it. You can have a projector somewhere at 100:1 contrast. Doesn't make a difference when it comes to the Phantom. Your screen is going to be OLED either way. Just want a projector. That's what people understand. You pay for that. Let's go with Starfield. Now, my main concern on the Starfield with a screen that's gunmetal, black screens, we don't worry about that. There's nothing going to match the screen because it's jet black. When you're talking about gunmetal, one of the screens I would be more concerned about is the Dark Star 9 because the Dark Star 9's contrast levels are pretty good for a screen that's gunmetal. But as you can see, we're not going to have a problem with that. Let's go with Panasonic 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
That went off on a deep range. I don't know what this is all about. Wow, but I haven't seen this video or that one. What's this one right here? Oh, sorry, I gotta check this out real quick. What the freak is running 16K and for why and how? What applications are you running at 16K right now? Oh, my system does 16K. Yeah, right. Sure, let's go back. Yeah, see what I say. Is this better than the Phantom? No. Phantoms are jet black. Nothing beats a black screen. Nothing. Nothing. Unless it's black itself. That's the only way you can take it on. But no. Phantoms are actually literally untouchable. There's nothing we could develop right now that will match a black Phantom. That's another black screen that's going to be blacker than a Phantom. That's the only way. But this is actually extremely good. Because you got, like I said, in some companies, they don't want a jet black screen. This is perfect. Has a nice gunmetal look to it. It produces high white levels. The contrast is good. The color is fantastic. Against the certified screens, it does quite well. It only holds its own weight with no problem. We're doing ultra short throw demonstration today, and we'll also do a outside demonstration today also too on it. Other concern maybe in businesses is how low of a lumen projector can we have to do those two also. But no, nothing beats the Phantom. That's why it's got the finals.
Your passion doesn't stop. But that daily moment with Nescafe, the #1 coffee in the world, when it's here.
And the Phoenix is an amazing screen. That's I get a chance to play on a 150 inch of that today. I cannot wait to get outside for that one. Oh, I might do some gaming. Yeah, I'm gonna hook up the PS4 system to some gaming on it. So unplug my booster from here and stick it out over there. I should be good to go. And as you can see, the contrast levels are extremely good. All right, so I'm gonna get my stuff wrapped up over here. I'm gonna mark this under test. Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, you have to do this one first. So now the OLED horse comes up. So I figured once I'm here anyway, I'm gonna do a white level test because I want to see this. LG snowboarding.
Getting that from YouTube.
Am I still wearing sneakers? We'll see what I can see from, this is the highest white screen we have here, which is elite screen, which is 0.9. That allows me to read exactly where the white levels are coming up at. We got the darker screens that allow me to see where contrast levels are pulling at, because I know these screens are going to pull the contrast. Good. Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
Test this out. All right, so see exactly where the color is changing out. That's going to look. Too close to the screen. You have to be back here for that test. So you should be able to see the difference between the screen that we're displaying when the color is changing out from this distance from here. My room is around 14 feet. We're at 18. My room is at 14 feet. And we had to bring it back. Now we are at 18 feet from the screen. This is where my door is at right there. Anytime we do these tests, you have to make sure you can't be a finger distance from the screen. There's no point. No one's going to sit that close to a screen. You should be able to see the difference from here. Let me see. So anywhere I move in this environment, that screen is supposed to maintain its color. Now we're back at the projector, right from here. That's when we do the color swap out. It allows the screen to change multiple colors to make sure the screen is going to maintain its same color anywhere you move at in the environment. You don't have to worry about the image washing out or fading or any of that nonsense or calibrating your projector. It's not needed because the screen is designed to do it automatically. So we need to see how that form is going to react. Okie dokie. So we got this pretty much in contrast. We got it in color. We're good. Mind you, the screen's not even anywhere. 1%? I say we're 1% in on the screen. That's it. It was made today, an hour ago. So 1%. That's it, pretty much where it's at. This is the first test we run right from the door. The minute a screen is designed, this has to be done every single time. For any screen paint I've developed, if anyone sat there and said, prove it, I can back it up. How many links you want? I can show them, just like right now, I'm doing this right now. If I were to develop something a couple days ago, I could say, oh, yeah, we got that here. Give you this link right now. You have to be to have it right from the door. That's what I said. I'm just going to leave it alone because you know where I'm hitting at. Tests aren't done right. I'm skipping too many corners. Okay, let me see. We need to do a white level test. This is why we have the white sample sheets here, right here. These are certified screens we have over there. So the certified screens and white paper, so we're going to remove all the screens out of here that are not white. That's strictly for white levels only. So this one is white, and it's perfect. So now what we're going to do is, because the screen is super dark, we need to see where the white levels lay at. This is something that can be skipped. And you do not do this demonstration. You can't express this enough from a person who has developed dark technology for quite some time. You never do this demonstration using a gray screen. It's pointless. Gray screens can't pull a high enough white level to make an equal judgment. It has to be white. So at the end of the day, people don't want to do their tests right, and then you worry about us blowing your technology out of the water, your screen paint or whatever out of the water, because you don't do your tests right. If you don't do a white level test, I can turn your screen dark with no problem. You don't want that. So you have to do these tests, and they have to be done live. So that way, everybody can see your mistakes. Let's go with, oh, we got one right here. Snow doggy. Phantoms had to go through them. Phoenix had to go through them. 8s had to go through them. 7s had to go through them. 12s. Anything we develop black has to go through one of these tests. If you don't, and we stick your product up against here, and you're not being used to being tested on a white screen, you're going to have problems. I can't wait to get this outside. Let's get this going, Here we go. Let's go with 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to pass every screen in the kitchen drawer. And I tell you, that's why we use the different levels. We start off, we have light, we have silver, we have different ones we have all lined up, different shades of different screens. So that way I can see how this is going to handle a silver screen, how this is going to handle a gray screen, a light gray screen, a mid gray screen, a gunmetal. That's we have them in different shades. So if it passes those right there, it can literally wipe out everything in the kitchen drawer with no problem. Because they run in that range. We don't have to have certain screens up there and fear that that screen's going to give a competition. Let's get to this Kraken Jackson. There we go. Boom. There we go. White levels. So white level test right from the door. But we're still going to have to do another demonstration label on as white level test. We're just basically seeing what the screen can take on. Man, this is going to be good. When that's out, let's take the big snow dog. Yep, that's really good. It's really good. Now, like I said, this is for companies and stuff like that. As I said before, we have no, like I said before, of testing, products on here is pointless. For what? These companies are the ones we're going to be dealing with when we're dealing with basically going into schools and auditoriums and stuff like that, and home theater setups. We're not going to bump into that mess. We're good. We're good. What time is that? All right, so this is going to, as I said, it's going to be for companies only. What the heck was that? This is going to be for companies only, as I said before. Interested in the contract, you can email us at the bottom, and then we can go from there. And we do have a minimum requirement, which will be on the contract, on what you have a minimum of what you can order. You also, like I said, we evaluate contracts, so some people get them and some people don't get them. Also, too, you have to have a business tax identification ID number. We are going So yeah, did great on the white levels. That is fantastic, right from the door. So at least I know exactly when we start hitting this thing with tests, where we're going to lay at. This is going to be a cakewalk for it. A cakewalk. Showing great promise.
My man Wayne got real twisted last night. But respect goes out to Wayne. It's not.
As a matter of fact, I had to contact a few people right now, update them on what we're doing right now. Now, I will be showing off this one. We're going to make 4 of these. I will be showing off another one. The last 2, we're going to keep those. We're not going to show those at all. But we'll do another one after this one, and then we're done. White level test that we do on the screen versus white sheets of paper, certified white screens. This is a test that has to be done. As I said before, if you're doing this test, keep in mind you do not do this test on a gray screen because a gray screen cannot produce a high enough white level. Only a white screen can do it. So see where your white levels lay up to make sure your screen's not coming out too dark. It has to be done against a white surface. I'm just going to let that run. was automatic and call it from the door. It's ultra short though compatible. Because it's seeing it. It's the white light is really good. So ultra short though should not have a problem with that at all. Period. Well, again, like I said, as always, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the wonderful technology. Couldn't have done it without him. Virtually impossible. Gets here today, I can start working on my 3D mapping today on the dual projectors, which I cannot wait because I'm going to start those tests today. We have 2 white sheets of paper and 3 certified white screens. I forgot to add real quick, the containers that this will be available in, we'll have these in a new 48 ounce, and they'll go anywhere from 2 gallons, 3 gallons, 5 gallons, and 10. 10s have to be done special orders, 5 will be special orders. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta get ready to finish off the rest of the screens for my customers. Thank you for watching. That's basically about it. Gotta go, and God bless.